Today we're going to answer the burning question that I've been asked a lot since Marvel Snap had its global release. How long does it take to acquire every card in the game? Unlike a lot of other card games, you can't just swipe your credit card in Marvel Snap, run up a bill, and have every card available. Every player, whether they are free to play or spending money, has to play a bunch and wait to acquire credits to farm up their collection level and acquire cards. Now, I plan to break down free-to-play players, how long it takes, full spending players that are buying the max amount of credits every day, as well as smaller spenders that are buying maybe the welcome bundle as well as the season pass, or spending $100 or $200 depending on what their budget allows. Now, I'm not going to drag it out for 10 minutes before I get what you actually want. I'm going to put the numbers that you care about up on the screen here in just a minute. Before I do that, though, I'd implore you tap that like button and leave a comment down below letting me know what the most surprising metric was for you in this video. Unlike a lot of these shorter informative videos, I invested a lot of time both snooping around in the client and then in a spreadsheet totaling a bunch of things up. There was a lot of legwork to get here, and I appreciate the engagement that helps this content reach more people to make this time worthwhile. As I'm recording this video, Marvel Snap has 174 unique collectible cards in the game. They front load the collection of a majority of these cards for new players to give them options very quickly. Completely free to play players can expect to have almost 100 new cards within their first month of playing, and by the time they've been playing for 2 months, they will have 125 of the 174 cards collected. At that point, things will start to slow down, and completely free players can expect to collect about 10 new cards per month with the current collection system in the client, which brings our timeline for a free-to-play player along with some comparisons to this, which is it takes a little over 6 months as a completely free-to-play player to acquire an entire collection in Marvel Snap as of the recording of this video. Next, let's break down what the rest of the numbers in these tables mean for you folks at home. A small spender I consider to be someone who has purchased the $3 welcome bundle as well as the monthly $10 season pass while they are completing their collection. A medium spender is doing what the small spender has done, plus spending $200 on additional gold to convert into credits to accelerate their progress. And a maximum spender is buying gold every time they run out and maxing out the daily credit purchases, which costs about 22 USD per day. This means the max spender is putting in just under $1,000 currently over the course of about 6 weeks to max their account out as quickly as humanly possible. The rank numbers in this table are how much time you shave off your collecting timeline by achieving a certain rank every month during your collection completing. By achieving rank 60, you get additional 850 credits every month. By achieving rank 80, you get another 500 on top of the 850. And by achieving rank 90, you get 500 gold on top of the 1,350 credits that you've already achieved. Next, let's dive on into the meat and potatoes of this video. Let's break down how I got to the numbers that I have below us, as well as some assumptions I made along the way in my calculations. Oh, it's the wrong project. Let's tab on over here. To begin with, Marvel Snap has a number of recurring sources of credits, of which you need 50 to achieve a level on the collection track. You get 500 daily credits if you complete all 6 of your missions, along with the 50 that you claim for free in the shop. There are credits in the weekly bonuses along with some gold. In these calculations, I am assuming that players are converting all of their gold into credits to accelerate their collection level as quickly as possible. This means if you're using that free-to-play gold to acquire things like variants from the shop, your timelines are going to be longer than the ones that I have here. This means in total you acquire about 5,100 credits per week. Past this, there are a number of free credits and gold in the season pass, even if you don't purchase it, to a grand total of 2,475 credits per month in there, meaning every single month that you are playing Marvel Snap, you acquire approximately 23,000 credits, which turns into about 450 collection levels per month from reoccurring sources. The recurring credits in Marvel Snap are consistent and are actually the easier part of the calculations when it comes to figuring out how long it takes to finish your collection in Marvel Snap. The place where things get muddied is the fact that you acquire additional credits while progressing up the collection level track at varying rates here. If we take a look at here, these are all one-time credits. You start with 1,000 credits on your account. You get 25 credits at every level 16 through 168, and then you get different amounts of credits at different intervals for varying totals here up until level 770 or so, at which point you start getting caches and eventually reserves. The expected credit value inside of a cache is 55, and the expected credit value inside of a reserves is 75. This means this is the total number of expected credits between levels 506 and 754, and this is the total number of expected credits between caches levels 766 to 994. This number here is the total number of expected credits you can get out of caches while you progress your collection level from level 1006 all the way through level 3354, which is the expected average collection level finish for the 174 cards currently in Marvel Snap. It is possible that your collection could finish before this because the caches and the reserves do have a random element to get cards. There is an upper bound on how unlucky you can get with a pity system, and the average person should be finishing about this point. However, I have heard people saying they finish their collection as soon as collection level 2700, which would shave a good bit of time off my estimations here if you are very, very lucky. The next thing that needs to be mentioned in our calculations is, you've heard me say I'm assuming it costs 50 credits to gain one collection level. While that's true for almost every card upgrade, many of you are, I am sure, aware of the fact that you get the very first level in upgrading from a gray border to a green border at a 50% discount. This means in your first 99 cards, you're effectively getting 50 levels for free. In the next 25, you're getting 12 levels for free. And then in the final remaining 50 cards in the client, currently you're getting 25 levels for free. So my computations do take these discounts into effect as well as you acquire these cards. Put all these one-off credit bonuses together from the collection track, as well as factoring in the free levels we acquire along the way from that first rank up on our cards. This means while the average account is going to need 3,354 collection levels to finish, we're getting 523 of them for free effectively from one-time credit sources, which means our recurring credits only need to get us to 2831 collection level upgrades. Finally, this is where our free-to-play months to collection complete comes from. We take that 2831 levels that need to be earned, we divide it by that 450-ish credits earned per month from reoccurring sources to arrive at this 6.19 months collection complete. Now, this number doesn't factor in new card releases, which are currently happening at one new card per month in the season pass, which will extend this a little bit. And it is worth noting that Second Dinner has said their eventual release plans are to release a new card per week, or about 4 new cards per month. That being said, even once the release cycle fully ramps up, because free-to-play players are collecting 10 new cards per month, even when there are still 4 per month releasing, it will still be possible as a fully free-to-play player to be collection complete inside of Marvel Snap. Up next, let's break down why spending varying amounts of money shaves the time off your collection completion that it does. Let's start with the big spenders, the whales, the people that are buying as many credits as they can every single day. Remember, while you can't spend endless money on credits in Marvel Snap, you can purchase 2,250 additional credits per day. And if you're doing this, this turns into 1,350 additional collection levels over the course of a month. That being said, it also costs about $22 per day if you're buying this maximum amount of credits, which means if you're spending at this maximum amount for an entire month, it costs you about $675, with the asterisk that this is assuming you're buying gold at the largest quantity. So in reality, you're going to spend $700 in that first month to max out your credits every single day in Marvel Snap. As you continue this into the second month up until you are finished with your collection, you end up spending in total just under 1,000 USD, spending $22-ish per day, accelerating your credits to finish your entire Marvel Snap collection after a little over a month and a half. Next, let's talk about the folks that aren't going hog wild and spending $22 per day on their card game. The small spender, I'm assuming they buy the welcome bundle for $3 and the season pass. The season pass is definitely one of the best values in the game. It gives you 900 additional gold and 400 credits over the free track when you purchase it. But most importantly, it unlocks a new card for you directly. The fact that you're getting a card from it basically saves you 48 levels down the line when that card gets added to your pool 3, which is the most interesting part about this computation means that the $10 season pass actually has about 40% of the equity towards completing your collection at spending $100 on gold. Another thing to consider with the season pass is there are a seemingly unlimited number of season caches once you get past level 50. Each of these season caches has an expected credit value of 45 inside of it. So for the small spender computation, I've made the assumption that you are completing an additional 10 caches per month on your season pass with this number you see here. However, if you are going absolutely hog wild on playing tons of Snap and farming through these caches, as we put this number of caches completed up, you can see that the amount of time it takes to complete your collection pushes down. So for example, with this 5 here, it makes the assumption that you are completing 50 season caches every single month, which would reduce it down to just 4.8 months compared to the 5.2 months it would take with just a level 10 season cache every single month. For the medium spender, I'm making the assumption you're doing everything the small spender is doing, welcome bundle and season pass to start, and then we can play with a variable here comparing how long it takes to complete your collection based on how many extra $100 gold purchase you are making past that. My base snapshot here assumed that you were spending $200 on gold. However, if you spent just $100, you would be completing in 4.95 months. If you spent $300, 4.8, and we can just go ahead and go through the metrics here. As you see, we get closer and closer to that max spending amount. And then you'll note here that the formula kind of breaks to a degree when we go to 9, because you actually need to spend less than $900 on gold in order to get that complete collection. It's actually not possible to complete the collection in this amount of time period because it's not possible to spend $900 worth of gold buying that $22 worth of credits per day, the way Marvel Snap limits you on spending in the game. All right, those are the numbers. Let's finish up with some subjective opinions on my part about the Marvel Snap economy. To give you context on my opinion before I present them, you should know I whale in almost every game that I play. This is my job. I spend money to get progress so I can make content more quickly. I've spent 4 digits worth of money acquiring cards in more digital card games than I can count on one hand at this point. I genuinely don't know how many. That being said, the Marvel Snap economy seems pretty reasonable overall from my perspective. I think the fact that you can get a full collection free to play at all is great. A game like Magic Arena, for example, getting a 100% complete collection free to play really isn't possible for the average player unless they have an absurd win rate in Magic Arena's draft mode. As far as being a whale / big spender like myself goes, I actually really like Marvel Snap's economy as well, because while there is a bit of cost up front to accelerate my collection, once my collection is accelerated, I'm basically on cruise control buying a $10 season pass every single month to acquire a new card. Now, it is worth noting we don't know 100% of the details surrounding how the additional 3 to 4 cards per month they're going to be releasing will eventually have. That being said, the Marvel Snap team has said their primary monetization method moving forward is going to be cosmetic variants as well as the season pass, which that commentary leads me to believe whatever cards they're going to be releasing past the season pass are going to be free to play friendly to obtain. This means if you're a massive whale looking to embark into a Marvel Snap adventure, you can expect to pay about $1,000 up front, but then just $10 a month afterwards to stay collection complete, which which is much cheaper than other card games that I play. For reference, I spend $1,500 to $2,000 per year to stay collection complete in Magic Arena, the other card game that I played a lot of other than Marvel Snap. I think the last thing I want to comment on about the Marvel Snap economy in and of itself is that while I think the timelines are reasonable, definitely one thing that's lacking in the Marvel Snap collection process currently is agency over which cards you get in which order, especially in that pull 3. It is worth noting that the Marvel Snap developers in their most recent roadmap mentioned that a system called collection tokens, which you would be getting from caches on the collection track, are going to be coming to allow players to target specific cards they want to get sooner rather than later. I'm going to link that development roadmap in this video description down below. Either way, thanks for making it all the way through to the end of the video. Hopefully you found my ramblings about how I did these computations amusing. If not, at the very least, hopefully you found these numbers useful. Make sure to like this video. You probably did if you stuck it out all the way to the end. Leave a comment down below letting me know what you think about the Marvel Snap economy. Is this 6-month metric for fully free to play reasonable? Is it unreasonable? Why? Be sure to share this video with a friend that enjoys Marvel Snap to let them know what their expectations should be in terms of acquiring cards and how quickly. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. I cover Marvel Snap game news, updates, and useful tidbits like this one, as well as deck highlights several times per week here. I absolutely love this game, and I'm planning to make a ton of content here. I'm also live streaming it 4 to 5 days a week at twitch.tv/Jeff Hoagland. Hopefully we'll see you back here or there real soon. Have a good one, folks.